Ladies and gentlemen, here we go into game number 3. It's right now tied up 1-1. We're going to go into the new map, Ohana. Of course, for those of you that haven't been following the NASTL, Ohana has been used quite a bit. But we have InControl against Abver. And let me tell you, InControl, I've been casting him lately. I casted him against Rhett and him against Demaga in my podcast that I do. Or my show match podcast. Yeah, Round Table.
Where can I watch this?
9 p.m. PST on Wednesdays. It's pretty pretty sweet. But we had him last week, and he went up against Demaga and Rhett at the same time. No, not at the same time.
Okay. That's gonna be like.
But against Rhett, he actually fell. He was really weak, I think, against the macro style. Rhett, of course, that's a huge extreme, I should say. Rhett is really good at macro. But against Demaga, he went 3-2. Or 2-3, I should say. He won the first 2 games and lost the last 3 games. And I know he really favors early cannon pressure, and he tries to just like make the game off tilt and have it rely on just like impromptu type of, you know, he understands the game better than his opponent and where everything is at, rather than the formulaic type of style where people, you know, oh, I get a 15 hatch and then this. As soon as you throw a wrench into there, they like fall apart and they're like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what's going on at this point. That's what he
really
likes.
good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a really good point.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I try to
That's like a really good point. Like, I always think about InControl's play, and that like that makes 100% sense. Really cool. We'll have to see if he does it this time. Does put down a pylon. Might follow it up with a cannon. And yeah, you're right. It comes down to like the decision making. That's actually really cool. Okay. Anyway, spawning full. Almost done. Actually, about
cannons.
Halfway done.
Cannons. Don't prove me wrong, InControl. Thank you. First cannon goes down, and then we're going to see a second cannon go down. Watch it. Watch it.
What's the appropriate response to this?
This is correct. Drone, the perfect amount too. But probe. Oh God, that's not the best response. And now he will be forced to cancel this cannon. 4 drones is the perfect amount to actually reduce the photon cannon into nothing.
Oh, cancel it. Okay. So it does end up canceling it, and that pylon is still there to deal with. Wings on the way? Yes, they are. Behind this, InControl, putting down a Nexus of his own and a gateway. You know, didn't do as much damage as he would have liked. His probe could have stayed alive a little bit longer. And I'm wondering if he's going to send another probe out. Yep, he is. Of course, it's about this time where you're kind of, as a Protoss player, wondering, all right, has my Zerg opponent, has he taken a gas? Do I have to worry about any sort of roachling all in the near future? So that's the goal of this probe right here. Maybe get tabs of the link count, maybe see how many drones are at the natural expansion, see if the expansion even went down, check on the status of the third of your Zerg opponent, and if you're lucky, get inside the main and scout the gas timings.
That's exactly right. So that probe is super useful, and it's so important to actually have. But at this point, I think InControl is actually ahead in this game, just because he got his Nexus down way before his opponent. You can see that photon cannon, you know, putting that down, it's opportunity cost 1, but you know, in terms of like total resources lost, you're just losing 30, I think it was like 37 or something like that. No, or 33, something like that. 33 minerals, something close to that. But it's not a lot of minerals, it's almost a probe, if you want to look at it like that. And frankly, Zerglings are able to get in.
That's annoying.
It's only 3 Zerglings, so yes, that's exactly it. It'll be annoying, but I don't think by any means it's
not game changing.
Yeah, it's not super. Well, it could be game changing if InControl manages incorrect, but he is a player that I don't think would. Although pulling that many probes off, probably not the best decision, but you know, I can understand that he's going to. He just wants to remove these from the field. I think following like this is the wrong position, because now Abver, he doesn't even have to chase them anymore. All right, there you go. Finally, InControl will pull them off, but right now, overall, let me see. Let me keep tabs on everybody. A third going down in a very awkward position, I think.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But a Harvester count in favor of InControl. That's normally what we're used to. He's chrono boosting out his Nexuses. Awesome sauce. And where does he actually tech to? He's getting +1 attack, so he is following up with some sort of gateway pressure.
Yeah, these Lings again just still being annoying in the main base. Zealot, you know, pursuing them and, you know, running out of breath. But looks like these Lings finally will get cleaned up. Gonna go down and get killed by the cannon. Nope, it's still gonna be annoying. But yeah, this third It's pretty interesting location. I guess Abver is hoping In Control doesn't scout that location, but it's really hard to defend that. It's so close to your opponent relative to the other third you could take, and it takes a while for your creep to actually connect in that way. And I guess Abver doesn't want to take down these rocks. That's the reason he's doing this. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit risky. We'll have to see if In Control is able to scout this out. This pylon, this probe, I should say, is still just chilling in the bottom left-hand side of the map, not doing any scouting or anything.
Yeah, I think he actually forgot about that, if anything, because normally you will go and scout out right at 5 minutes. He didn't do that. And he's playing pretty much in the dark. He's going out with his first Ela. And this is kind of weird. He's kind of expecting some sort of units to be engaging against him.
Yeah.
But nothing's coming out here. And this is actually a really bad indication for In Control. It basically says the Zerg has been doing nothing but droning. And
he doesn't have an attack.
He doesn't have, yeah, exactly. He doesn't have attack ready to actually deal with that. I think In Control is going for some huge gateway timing, though, if I do say so myself. I mean, he is getting 1 gate robo at this point, but I think if he wanted to get the robotics facility super fast, he would have actually gotten it before the +1 and the oh, not the warp gate, but before the +1. Allocate that gas towards the robotics facility instead of going for it directly. It could just be for the observers and for Immortal plus Warp Prism play, but we'll definitely check. 3 gateways are going down. Let's see if I'm right. Please tell me I'm right. Please tell me I'm right. Additional gateways? Nope. Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
It's far on the field. I mean, if he adds 3 more or 4 more.
Well, I think 2 more would be good. 2 more going up to 6 gateways. You have a really nice Immortal plus gateway type of pressure. It's really, really good. Monsieur.
Yeah.
Exotos.
I agree, and he has an Immortal on the way as well. Finally building a pylon in the lower left-hand location. And the thing about this is, he might think as he goes up, adds 2 more gateways on. There you go, Vitor.
Oh my goodness. I'm so happy right now, Axel.
You know, the interesting thing about this, In Control is going to go after this base in the bottom left. He's probably going to think that it's his opponent's 3rd base, but it's not. And Abver's going to lose this. In Control is going to feel super awesome, but unfortunately for In Control, Abver's going to have this base in the middle right side of the map, and In Control might be a little bit confused. Now Abver may just straight up defend this in the first place, but we'll have to see. This forward pylon is incredibly close, so I do expect this hatchery to go down. But who knows? Anything can happen. A lot of sentries on the field for In Control. And after this, Immortal probably going to push out. Might bring a Warp Prism. I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. The Observer is going to get in here and sees the tech right now. He sees the double evolution chambers, and he also sees the infestation pit. So yes, does he actually identify that this 3rd is going to be in this right-hand side? That's going to be the big thing. He's actually brushing by the creep. Oh my God. He's not going to see. Oh, God. He brushes by the worst possible place. And you know what? That might force In Control to play a little bit more passive. He's like, okay, come at me type of deal. Because I know you're just Massive Encircling Roach. You're going for some sort of sick all-in, but I don't know. There's a lot of sentries here. Nope. In Control will not actually be
hanging back.
What is the word? Tricked.
Hanging back?
Tricked.
Hanging back?
It won't be tricked.
Dang it.
He's going to push forward. I like this. This is going to be very hard to stop, in my opinion. This this Immortal plus Sentry Stalker army composition. Very hard to stop.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he goes into this 3rd, like, he'll essentially be trapped. Like, there's no leaving that, really, once you commit to killing that 3rd. Not the 3rd on the right side of the map, the 3rd on the middle left side. So, and again, I don't think Abver would be completely disappointed if he lost that. But in any case, it looks like In Control just chilling at the tower for now. Is he going to take a 3rd? It looks like he might. I guess not feeling confident to aggression. However, he did warp in some stalkers in the bottom left side of the map, and here he goes.
Yep, he has to be aggressive. And yes, this army, not only is it like, I'm going to kill the 3rd and that's it, it's basically I'm going to win the game here and that's it. And there are infestors out in the field. Oh man, the force fields were not able to go down in time. You can see the Zerglings are just rushing forward. The Zealots were behind the whole time. So the Immortals were dealing all this damage towards the Zerglings. And now you can see this Immortal army, all of a sudden it went from rags to riches. Nope, wrong way. Riches to rags. And In Control gets cleaned up very easily. Abver has a commanding lead, tripling his opponent's supply. I have no clue what In Control can do at this point. I mean, I think he didn't pull the trigger fast enough. He allowed his opponent to get those infestors out.
Yeah, he can't do much here. He's going to try to go into Colossi production. He has to be a little bit confused, a lot confused. He's like, okay, I have this awesome 2-base army, and he just completely wiped it out.
Yeah.
This is one of those games where you just hope the player goes back and watches the replay, because I forgot that hidden third, and In Control had no idea about it. So Aber definitely going to try to deny this third from going down. He shouldn't have too much trouble at all, considering these rocks are still up, and he's just going to get further and further ahead. He's going to have this 4th base, probably going to get the gases soon there, and taking up to Hive as well. So Aber definitely in complete control, even though he's playing someone named In Control. But in any case, you know, In Control definitely has a lot of work to do.
You know, you might ask yourself, you know, why did In Control wait so long? And you're exactly right. It's because he's like, oh, my opponent is on 2-base for so long. I'm just going to mass up in units and just wait. And ultimately, I'll have this impossible to beat army composition. Still, he did have a pretty big micro blunder. But overall, I mean, I liked his decision to actually wait, assuming that he was up against a delayed 3-base.
Right.
But yeah, as you said it, the hidden expansion was what was so critical, and probably the key component that allowed Aber to get this massive advantage. See, the exchanges do help out In Control quite a bit. 26 kills on the single Colossus. That's nice. Baller mode for sure.
Baller mode.
What's the efficiency of that Colossus, do you think? Like how many
efficiency?
Minerals? Yeah.
Like what are we measuring it with?
Like minerals and gas. How many minerals did he kill over?
Oh, well, I bet there's a lot of Zerglings. But then if you consider that those Zerglings were not drones, is he full? He's 65 Harvester. He could have more drones. I'd say 1,000 resources. No, that's too much.
That's tough. I'm just
that's about right. I think 1,000 is about right.
Could be
1,000 resources.
Could be 1,000 resources. Don't forget, it was also
yeah, it sounds right.
Infested Terrans. So.
Yep.
There could have been Infestors as well.
Yeah, Infestors too.
Infestors are like clutch. That's an extra 150 gas that you're picking up there. Yeah. That's awesome. But you know, obviously just thinking for the sake of thinking.
For having fun.
Yeah, having fun. Having fun.
Having fun.
Having fun thinking.
Having fun.
Okay, third is going to be denied here. It gets canceled. Second Colossus is out in the field. Just mass Zerglings at this point, but what do you do against 7 Ultralisks with Chitinous Plating and +3 armor?
Not much. You gotta have Immortals out, or Void Rays.
Or
but as it stands,
basically it's Immortals. that's like it, man. You need Immortal Colossus. And off of 1 Robo, I'm gonna go ahead and say you can't really do that. No, you can't.
You know what? I agree with you. And he's just adding more and more ultras to that composition.
Oh,
I guess In Control can try to play defensively, but again, his opponent has 4 bases. I'm still a little bit confused. He hasn't saturated the gas as 4th yet. Income tab. He could have some more harvesters too. He's playing it a little bit weirdly, but you know, he does have a pretty huge army. But again, if In Control can hold this off,
get back In Control.
He'll be in a good
situation. If he goes behind his SimCity, he'll be great. But right now, his SimCity is actually working against him, and he can't actually retreat. So these ultras are going to do so much damage. Chitinous Plating has finished, so these ultras are supercharged with 5 armor. Funk growth goes down on all these units, and there those Colossus will topple on over. They are in balance for sure, but not in the right way. GG. Oh man, poor Colossus. Poor Colossus. But In Control is going to fall there. A 2-1 advantage for Team Roxas.
And that can happen to anyone. Like, let's be honest. Like that third, it was not scouted. It was a pretty risky move there from but you got to make those risks in StarCraft 2 sometimes. And you know, when they pay off, they pay off. And he had that huge economic advantage. In Control felt comfortable. Like he felt comfortable. He's like, my opponent's on 2 base. He's just now taking his third. What? I have a bunch of Immortals and 7 Gateways on the field. Or was it 6? I think it was 6. Yeah. You called that Gator. So, you know, a very unfortunate situation from In Control, but Protoss players at home send that probe to every single extra base.
I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people are going to be very critical on In Control right there. Like, oh, you just completely messed up. That push looks so silly. Actually, the push, based on what he saw, and you know, he had pretty good scouting intelligence. Based on what he saw, that was that was completely correct. Wait a little bit, have that hatchery, you know, just start to drone up, and all of a sudden you push right there. And that's the most intelligent thing you could possibly do. But as we saw, you know, not knowing about that hidden third and that actually being the fourth base, that was what was so important and so devastating, I think, to In Control's decision making. Quite unfortunate for him. Of course, we did have really bad force fields in that first engagement as well. So if I want to be critical about that particular engagement, obviously he could have still held that off if he just segmented all of those Zerglings from actually hitting him. He was at a position where it was just Stalker Sentry and Immortals against Zerglings. You don't want to be taking damage against that. So that's maybe the only thing I can think of. But overall, well played by Adver. Have to say, he knew how to engage there on creep with a ton of Zerglings just fluttering by, and he was able to take advantage of the position.
And just one more quick thing. In Control maybe wasn't expecting as many units as that showed up from his opponent.
Exactly.
Which he might have been a little bit more relaxed. He's like, I'm chilling. I'm just going down the creep. Just gonna do some force fields, and then all of a sudden, so many Lings coming forward. Also, if that observer was like over like another millimeter, he would have seen that base, which is kind of unfortunate for him.
It sucks, man. Poor In Control, but Adver, congratulations to you. You're going to put your team 2-1 in advantage, of course. We're going to go into Game 4, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after this break, so don't go away.